Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm the Thrifty Trooper and I'm the eBay reseller based in the UK. This is day 3 of my charity shop Walkabout series, where I go to different towns and villages and cities and basically have a gander and basically bitch about charity shops and blah blah blah. So basically this is day 3 and I'm in Cheshire, and it's not actually over one day, it's actually split over 3 days. Most recently I went to Macclesfield, but 2.5 weeks ago I want to say I went to Crewe, and because I suffer from that condition which affects 50% of the population, aka being a man, I forgot because I had air quotes man flu and I was whinging all the way around and I forgot to record anything. I didn't actually buy anything really. I think I went to CX and a couple of charity shops and I didn't really buy anything, so I had to go back, and it's a big excuse. So yeah, I went to Crewe last week. 2 weeks ago I went to Crewe. Then last week I went back to Crewe to film and do a bit of shopping. I actually found a couple of bits, but I've already put a couple up on eBay and they've already sold. But that's going to be on my roundup video coming hopefully next week. So yeah, it's basically going to be me whinging, narrating over how charity shops are either really good or really bad, which is like the story of my life at the moment. And I don't want it to be a charity shop, bashing video, but sometimes you just gotta. Yeah, so I'm in Cheshire, part 1. These are two very similar towns, Macclesfield and Crewe, and basically kind of similar demographics, but I do find that Macclesfield is a bit more expensive because of its surrounding areas like Prestbury and Alderley Edge and all that jazz. So yeah, I'm just gonna jump into it. Yep, that's Bernardo's. I did actually go in, I just completely forgot to film. That was me on the way out filming. Yeah, and they had a few good bits in. I didn't buy anything. I think I saw a Simpsons, like a proper 90s Simpsons messenger bag, I think, and that was quite nice, but I think it was like $12.99. It was quite expensive. I was a bit like, yeah, this is Sense. I actually quite like Sense. Some senses have common sense, some don't. Sorry, bad joke. Yeah, this one's a bit hit and miss. The first time I went in, there was nothing. This is, I think, the second time, and I actually found a pair of Nike trainers that are $4.50. Now, a lot more than what I would pay for, but I ended up putting them on and they sold for like 18 quid. So, you make your money back, but yeah. They're really weird on CDs. Don't you find charity shops are getting really weird on like CDs, music CDs and albums and stuff? Like, some are either priced them at like 20p, 50p a pound. It's like, but others charge for like £2.50. It's like, what are you doing? Have you heard of Spotify? Now, oh my god, I don't know if it's about you or if it's just me, my age, my gender, I don't know. And this isn't like evidence. I'm not filming because of like evidence, but as soon as I go into certain charity shops, I get not profiled, but it is kind of, because a lot of charity shop workers, like when I go in, I usually am wearing a hoodie, and it's my casual, walking about wear. I don't put my hood up all the time. If I do, it's on the way into a charity shop and I take it off when I go in. But basically I go and look at clothing and someone comes quite near me. Now this woman hasn't actually, she's actually stayed quite far away, but like in certain charity shops I do get like they come and stand near me but I smile and I go towards them and say, oh, can I just have a look there, like that, and it does kind of like freak them out a bit, because usually I think they expect you to like walk away, but it's constantly, and it's always, I'm not being generalist or it's always like older women who think that I'm nicking and it's like, no, I'm not, and they think they're a bit shocked that I come and take like 20, 30, 40 pounds worth of stuff and actually pay in cash. Yeah, so, but it's just a little thing that I've noticed. Okay, it's the British Rip-Off Foundation. I mean Heart Foundation, sorry, Freudian slip. Sorry, that's really petty, but it is. I kind of avoid the British Heart Foundation now. They're like the most expensive. In fact, you know what? Hang on. Yeah, sorry, I had to check something. It was the British Heart Foundation. They made 176.4 million over the 2016 to 17 financial year and they have the most shops as well at 724. And I can really see why, because the prices are a bit ridiculous. I mean, Oxfam had made 92.5 million and Cancer Research made 84.5 million. So even those combined were nowhere near the British Heart Foundation. Now the CEO earns £174,000 and £174,241,000. His name is Simon Gillespie. Just to let you know, that's how much that man earns. And there was something like I'm reading an article as I'm actually talking, but yeah, to be fair, a lot of it went on wages, but like 59 members of the staff got in excess of 60 grand a year. Now, when you think the average, what is it? Workforce is like 20 grand. I mean, bloody hell. That charity is like the way to is the sector to be in right now, isn't it? Right, I promise my rant is over. Now this is Deborah, and this is actually quite good. This charity shop, it's actually quite neat as well. I did see some good bargains in there, but they were a bit too expensive for me. Now they did have a YMCA in Crewe, but it was closed. But I'm now in Macclesfield. I did a nice little segue there, but I didn't do the walk in, which I kind of like doing. This is in the YMCA in Macclesfield. Now this is very hit and miss. It's really good, I find, on like crockery and stuff and toys, but clothing it's a bit iffy. Like they can overprice, I find. But yeah, I kind of like the YMCA, and they did that whole rebranding thing where it's like all, you know, a bit modern, like the signage, and I kind of like that. Yeah, but the trouble, like with blokes' clothes, it's very hit and miss. You need like either really bizarre brands or like, you know, the most well-known brands are always the ones that are overpriced by charity shops, and it's a bit frustrating. And I always manage to see Hollister for about, I'm going to show you a clip later, but like basically Hollister averages out between like £8 and £12, and it never goes like for that amount on auction unless it's like brand new. But yeah, I find very hit and miss men's clothing. It has to be really bizarre. I bought a John Smedley jumper for £2, and it had gone for, I think it was like $29.99. That's the kind of flip that I like to make. Yeah, I'm just looking. See, it's very difficult. I've spoken about this before. How like you wear two hats as a reseller, particularly. I don't know if everybody finds this, but you know, you've got stuff that when you think like, oh, that'll be really good to sell, or you have, oh, that's really cheap for me. You know, and I do kind of flip between the two, and I've got to try and really be disciplined with myself, like say, no, that may be good for you, but it might not be good for other people to buy. Now this is like the crockery bit, which I do kind of like having a bit of a route around. I found a load of like games there, like PlayStation 2 games that I ended up selling for like 50 odd quid because it was a really rare one, which I already had. I think it was at Q1. Oh, these metal dishes, no, not that one. Come on, did I check it? Oh no, yeah, I was looking at them. Basically like these metal, I dropped the lid. These like metal like 70s like dishes, and there's a set, and they looked actually quite funky, and I don't know, I kind of like it. They were very lightweight. Yeah, but I find like my mum said it. She said in the next like a year or two, because of Brexit, you're going to find charity shops having a lot of. You're going to find it very difficult to find a good bargain at charity shops come this time next year, and I'm kind of seeing it already. I don't know about you guys, if you are already feeling the effects of Brexit on like even on charity shops. Do you think they're putting up their prices just to, you know, buffer? I don't really blame them, do you? Okay, and I can't not do this video without mentioning this. This is an Age UK. It's in Macclesfield. It is a warehouse in the back, and this is one which is extremely expensive, and I love going in because sometimes you can actually find a decent kind of bargain that they've overlooked or the manager hasn't eBayed, because I have seen them in the back on a computer eBaying before. Yes, I have. If you're watching and you work there, so yeah. And this is one of my favourites just in terms of layout, because it's so neat, so tidy, everything's got its place, and it's very, very professional. This is what I think charity shops in the future are going to look like. A warehouse on the back and basically like this out front, and if you can see, that's the lady in the back. I don't know her name. But yeah, I've been here before, and I just wanted to put this in. And there's going to be some really rocky camera footage because I'm moving it about, and there's a lot of people around like later on. Those coats at the top, there is a fire trap coat up there, and it's minging. And just because it looks a bit funky and a bit different, it is 80 quid. 80 quid for a fire trap coat. That one there, that denim one, it's horrible. Sorry, I never get angry about these sort of things. And I don't know if I took a picture of it, but I think I might have caught it on camera, and I was like, what? And basically there's a super dry coat, and it was going for £40. Now, I'm very hit and miss about super dry. It always sells, but if it was £20, I would have bought it there and then, and I would have sold it probably for about £40-50, if that. But this one there, I think, is that it there, that black one? Sorry, I'm so bad. I kept going back and forth and back and forth. I was like, no, seriously, that can't be right. But I was trying to look at some of the prices of the coats at the top. There was one that was 80 quid, and there was another one that was £120. I was like, are you serious? This is a charity shop. But this is one that suffers from it. There it is, yeah, £40 for a small super dry coat. And I was like, oh no. I think if you're buying it for yourself, yes, perfect, absolutely wonderful. But for a reseller, it's bad. And I like to bitch and whinge and say, oh, charity shops are doing this, but they don't exist to fund our business, if you know what I mean. They're there for their business. They have to make as much money for the charity. And to be honest, Age UK is one of the good ones. And it's just this shop, it really annoys me. Look, in the back is a massive warehouse, and I've seen them like on eBay, but they have like right at the end there, they have, I'm going to go towards it in a minute, basically they have like a rack, and it's a tiny little rack, and it's like everything's £1 on there just to get rid. And it's, honestly, nearly every coat on there there was no coat on there that was less than like £15, and I was like, oh, God, no, I'm sorry, it's just too much. Yeah, and it said literally all video games £2.50. Now, no discrimination between quality. They didn't even check on CEX's website like some of the charity shops I find do. Like the SingStar ones, £2.50, even though you can get it at CEX for 50p. There was I got a decent game. And it was £2.50. I think it was for the Xbox 3. I think was it I can't remember if it was Conkers or what's the Dr. Muta. I can't remember. But basically, it goes for like 20 quid, and eBay and CX sell it for £8. So it's very hit and miss. There's no discrimination. Oh yeah, sorry, my camera work is shoddy, and I'm like looking through all these. I saw some Yves Saint Laurent trousers, but it didn't have the top. Yeah, £60. I want to try and find that jacket. Was it UXL? Hang on. Yeah, I've just looked and I can't find it. I don't know where they got that pricing from, £60 for it. It just because it's heavy and it looks quite good. I mean, I bet it was someone who came in and said, oh, I paid £150 for that. You can sell it if you want. And they were like, ooh. But yeah, this was the pound rail. I got 2 things off here. Yeah, I'm going to put them in like a clothing haul. I'm not going to do it at the end of this. It's just too much meh. Okay, this is Bernardo's. This is another a weird one. I find certain Bernardos are not equal to other Bernardos. This one is extremely expensive, or they're learning and watching people's videos. If you look any second now, you'll see one of those recipe soup bowls, £2. See, I put it on Instagram and someone said, I don't believe you, and haha. Yeah, so very hit and miss. And I find I went to Bernardo's near me. They were having a sale on. Well, no, it wasn't a sale. It was like all clothing, $1.99, and I managed to get 10 pieces of clothing. So it was like 20 quid altogether. And off one item, I managed to make £20. It was an Oliver Spencer jumper, and it's paid for that entire lot, basically. Well, not really after fees, but it really has. I think it was like £24, so really it technically has. So anything I make now, pure profit. And I've got another Oliver Spencer jumper, and I've got a load of Jack Wills and Jack Jones and stuff. So yeah, very hit and miss when it comes to Bernardo's. And like some Bernardo's charge, like it was like that one in Ashton was like 99p a game. or a toy or something, you know. I spoke about it in my last Walkabout video, and this one, I think it was like, I looked at one of the games was like £3. I was like, no. This is Samaritans one. I'm sorry, the camera's really bad, but I just want to give a shout out to Samaritans because I love Samaritans. They've done so much help with like me and my friends and stuff in the past, and they're kind of like the unsung hero, I find, of in certain charity shops. But yeah, and I managed to find a Calvin Klein jumper in XX. Thank you. Okay, on my way to Sue Ryder. This is another funny one. It's a bit similar to Bernardo's, where they're not made equal. A Sue Ryder in Stoke that I went to, they basically had all clothing £1, and this one did not. In fact, I find this one in terms of clothing to be quite expensive. I tried to get it on camera, but I couldn't. There was a woman who was like following me, and I'm not joking. I wish I got that on camera. Yeah, she was behind the till and she actually served me in the end. But basically I was looking at like clothing, and there was a Hollister, it was like an orangey red Hollister hoodie, and it was, I'm not kidding, £12. God, I mean, seriously. Yeah, there is. I did manage to get a Escalado game though, which I'm really chuffed about, for like £3. Proper chuffed about that. Yeah. Okay, this is like a churchy one, I think. I say churchy one like really demeaning. They have more furniture, and I think it's for like, I think it is for like homeless people, and they have really good social links as well. They have like notifications for like free haircuts, places to go, you know, free showers. They're like a signposting place for people who need help, and I think it is in connection with a few of the churches, and it is really, it's a really good charity, but they don't have anything other than furniture. Yeah, they had a couple of DVDs which I looked at, but other than that, it's not a lot. Sorry, but it's a really nice charity. It looks like a really nice charity. Okay, and just next door, I'm going into cancer research. Now, this one was a bit of a weird one. This is also a place where certain volunteers follow me around, and I don't know what I'm doing. Once I start talking to them, they're like, oh, lovely and everything. But like while I'm in there, it's like if I'm looking at something or trying to, look up something on eBay, they're all like, they kind of hover. And it's like, I am actually thinking of buying this. Yeah, this is the one where basically I found 3 items of clothing, and I'm going to put them up any minute now. Okay, so on the left we have a purple extra large Hugo Boss. It's very nice. In the middle, I struggled with this. This was actually for me. This is the irony. The Hugo Boss was £5. The one in the middle, I didn't even know what kind of brand it was. It just said, was it Supreme Shirty or something else shirt? I basically didn't know. It was a double XL, and it was in my size, and I actually quite liked it, and it was only £4, so it was actually cheaper than these. The top right was a Levi, and it was very, I don't like the material, but it's Levi, and it was a medium, but I think it can fit large. But yeah, I want you to guess how much these have gone for. I found comps, and I've got proof. I promise. This is like a game. Pause it and try and think. £29 and 16p, I want to say. That's the Hugo Boss one, and it's exactly the same. Yeah, so I think I could probably make about £15-16 off that when all's said and done. The Levi, this is why you shouldn't put things at auction to risk it. This made what, £5.20? But brand new, £40 plus £2.95 postage and packaging. Now I do get this was brand new, and I think it was a XL, I think, and this one was £25.99 with postage, and this is a medium, but it's brand new. So between £40 and £25.99, I'm going to put it at buy now at £29.99 and just see where I land. Maybe be cheeky and put it up for like £33.75 unvinted. I don't know, but very hit and miss. But I never put things up for auction unless I paid quite literally 10p for it. I put up a Nike hoodie, not a Nike hoodie. What was it? It was a Peruna top, and it went for a tenner. Not even a brand. It can be very hit and miss. I put like the store-bought you know, the Marks and Spencersy stuff, the stuff that I paid less than £1 up for auction. But for the branded stuff, for the good stuff, I never chance it. It has to be extremely unique to get traction. I never do it. I always do buy now. That way you can negotiate on an individual basis. And yeah, just my 2 pennies worth. I know people love auctions, and that's fine. I actually like auctions for other things, but not technically for clothing, particularly men's clothing, because I know what I do. I snipe. I get really good deals for like 99p. I got an Armani. I think, what was it, Armani, or was it what was it? Yeah, it was an Armani. It was Imperial Armani shirt, and it was like, you know, you could probably pay about 80, 90, 100 plus for it, but then it went for like £2.99. You know why? Because they spelt Armani wrong. Yeah, crazy. My find of the day is this one. It is Eat Dust and it is a total bolo. I'm sorry, I'm obsessed with this find today. I'm slapping it around. I don't care. I paid £4, actually cheaper. It's going to be actually cheaper than Hugo Boss, because for once the charity shops missed it, and I think they thought it was a Jules t-shirt. A lot of people, I put it on Instagram saying, what's this brand, because I was a bit struggling, because I've seen it around and I haven't picked it up because I'm an idiot. So I'm definitely going to be picking this up, and I don't know why I'm telling everyone, because then everyone's going to pick it up. Eat Dust, and it's got a very unique skull, like it looks like it's a skull in the tag. But yeah, the same size, same shirt, and I paid £4, and it went here for £50. And I found another one, I think it went for like £40 odd, £44. So I'm going to try £44.99 and just see where I land. But I'm made up. If it actually sells for this, I will be made up. Right, so it's a bit of a ranty video, a bit of a rah video, and yeah, but this is it. This is Cheshire Part 1. I'm actually, the next Cheshire one is not going to be for a while, but I have got some cracking places to go. My other places where I used to live, places where I used to hang out. Yeah, like Crewe. I went to college at Crewe. Been to, you know, best mates from Macclesfield, all that kind of stuff. So I do know my way around. Yeah, so the next one is, I think, Staffordshire Part 2, I believe, in the more kind of not upmarket, but a little bit affluenty. Yeah, so I hope you enjoyed this really long video, and if you've made it, you need a medal. And yes, I'll see you soon. Bye bye.